Hey everyone, what is going on? And welcome back to another meta guide. So we are in the Master League. So the Open Master League as well as the Great League Remix begin tomorrow. Which one are you playing? The Master League, I like it. I actually do really like it. The big issue with it is that it's really inaccessible to a lot of trainers. If you've been around for a while, maybe you have a lot of Pokemon. I actually do have a good roster for the Master League. I don't have everything. Some Pokemon you need to dump Rare Candy XLs into, like Zygarde Complete, for example, or Solgaleo. And the problem with doing that is you need to get them, and they're very limited, right? But yeah, with that being said, the Pokemon are cool. You don't see a lot of these in other leagues, right? In the lower leagues. So really cool to see. Let's go ahead and talk about it. So for the S rank, we do have Palkia Origin, definitely one of the best Pokemon, if not the best Pokemon. In fact, it's so good, a lot of trainers are building a team that is triple strong to it in the Master League. That's how good it is. Yeah, just a great Pokemon. Zygarde Complete, you gotta walk. Not only do you have to walk and get all the cells, which I did do, you have to hope that you have a good one. I guess it doesn't necessarily matter because you can only get one, but you also need to invest Rare Candy XLs into it. Now, I could do all of that. I already have a Zygarde Complete. I have enough Rare Candy XLs to invest into it. I'm not going to because I feel like they're going to release another one when Pokemon Legends ZA comes out. And for those that don't know, that is a main series game that was announced for 2025. So I feel like and it does feature Zygarde, so I feel like once that comes out, it only makes sense, right, for them to release more Zygarde. You never know, though. Next up, we have Landorus. Oh, I love using Landorus. It's so strong with that Sandsear Storm. Gets to it in 5 mud shots to Sandsear Storm. Guaranteed debuff to your opponent. Absolutely fantastic. Debuff the attack, for sure. Dragonite, okay, a non-legendary Pokemon. So maybe more accessible. We had a couple community days for Dratini. Dratini's been out since the beginning of the game, so you might have this one. Then we have Giratina Altered, another super bulky Pokemon. I actually have a shiny 98. I don't have enough XLs because I dumped all the XLs into Giratina Origin. So I have to work on it, but I'm ready for it once I'm able to get it. Then we have this Necrozma form, the Lunala fusion of it. I always forget the names. Is it Dawn Wings? It might be Dawn Wings. It makes sense for that. The other one I think is Duskmane, so this might be Dawn Wings. That's what I want to say. But yeah, great Pokemon. I mean, it's double weak to Ghost, because it's Psychic and Ghost, right? I think so. I think it's double weak to like Dark and Ghost. So yeah, something to keep in mind there. Obviously, has to watch out for those movesets. Yveltal is going to struggle against. Yveltal is not the most common Pokemon, but it does do really well. It's going to do well against Mewtwo, though it does have to watch out for Shadow Ball. It will get one shot, but it is a great Pokemon, both the Necrozma forms. Then we have Groudon. I might have put Groudon a little bit too high. Groudon is really good. I feel like there's some Pokemon that have been released recently that kind of overtake it. But it's still a really good one with the press of his blades. Then we have the A-Rank Palkia, the original Palkia. Really strong Pokemon. Not as good as the Origin form. It doesn't have its signature move, for one, right? Spatial Rend is what makes the Origin form really good. But still really strong Pokemon. Then we have Giratina Origin. Solgaleo is one that we've actually gotten a few over time, a few Cosmog and things like that. But still, you need to dump Rare Candy XLs. Plus, you want a good one. You want a good one, and I do not have a good one. I do have one with 15 attack, so I do have that going for me. But I'm not going to dump Rare Candy XLs into it. But it is a really good Pokemon. And then Kyurem, ever since it got Glaciate, I think it's called, guaranteed debuff. It's an icy win, basically. And Dragon Breath, so a strong Dragon type Pokemon. Then we have Mewtwo. Of course, Mewtwo is always good. Mewtwo gets to the Psy Strike so fast. I have a Hundo, and I have Psy Strike as well, or Psycho Cut, Psy Strike, and then Shadow Ball on it. I like that moveset. And then we have the other Necrozma form. The other one was the Dawn Wings. This is the Duskmane. I think that's what the name of it is called. Another fantastic Pokemon. I love both of them. I have enough to fuse both of them. I went to New York Go Fest, so I have enough for both of them. A lot of fun there. Ho-Oh, I just finished my Ho-Oh as well. I have a Hundo. Really happy with that. I feel like Ho-Oh has been... It's been kind of difficult to use as time went on, right? Just because, Kyogre's always been around, but Palkia obviously is heavily resisting the Incinerate damage. Brave Bird's still going to do a lot. But yeah, I mean, the dragons are resisting the fire damage. Besides Dialga, it takes neutral damage, but it's so bulky. It's just such a good Pokemon. I can't wait to try it out. Dialga Origin, another great one with Roar of Time. Absolutely love it. I'm trying to get a good one of this. Trying to become lucky friends with a lot of trainers to get a good one. Moving on to the B rank, we have Meloetta. Meloetta is a Pokemon that was released at one Go Fest years ago. And you can only have one. So another one you have to either have walked a lot or put a lot of Rare Candy XLs into to get that. Not the best. I mean, it is good though because it is pretty tanky. I actually lost to one in the Master League Classic against For the Battles. That was years ago. Shout out to For the Battles, an amazing battler and a good friend of mine. But yeah, that was in the Master League Classic when you only needed to get them up to like level 40. But yeah, I mean, really good. I think it's a pretty good Pokemon. I don't have a good IV one. Maybe they'll release another one. Meloetta does have another form. I don't know if it would act the same. It might have a different moveset when that comes out. Who knows? Zekrom. Zekrom is another Dragon-type Pokemon. We do have better dragons like the Palkia, right? Like, I guess the Zygarde and Dialga. But still, I mean, Zekrom's not a bad one. Xerneas, I have a 98. Xerneas best buddied. Level 50. I love using this Pokemon because it has play against the Steel types, right? Because it has close combat. It has Moonblast. So like against Dialga, that close combat going to be doing a lot. And then we have Lugia. Lugia is a really good one. It was nerfed. Sky Attack was nerfed specifically. But the bulk really helps out Lugia a lot. Although I would say kind of has to watch out for the Necrozma forms now because they have Shadow Claw and Dark Pulse. So it does have to watch out for that. I was using this one as a safe swap. But yeah, I don't know how great of a safe swap it is nowadays. And then we have the regular Dialga, another great Pokemon, of course. I like the Origin one more. The Origin one doesn't have as high of attack, but it's bulkier. This one has a higher attack, but it's not as bulky. But this one doesn't have Roar of Time. It has Draco Media, and Roar of Time is just better. It is Draco Media, except you don't get debuffed. And then we have Zacian. I do not have enough XLs for Zacian, and I don't have a good one. My best one is 15, 14, 13. So I'm going to wait. Once this comes back, I'm definitely going to grind this out for a good one, as well as the Red Candies. Yveltal, pretty good. Pretty good Pokemon for sure. Pretty tanky in the Master League. I actually have 298s, but they both have 14 attack. Come on. I do have enough XLs. I think this was at Go Fest last year, or it was at some event. It's probably Go Fest. I think it was Go Fest. So I do have enough XL candy for it. Yeah, I mean, a really good Pokemon. Yveltal is going to do well against the Necrozma, I guess. I guess that's the one with the wings, the Lunala one. I always forget the names. I always mix them up. Reshiram, another Dragon Breath user. Again, one that's not as good as some other dragons, but it is an option. Moving on to the other options, we do have Kyogre. Kyogre, I like using. The problem with Kyogre is it does do well against like the Groudon and the Landorus. If you battle other ground types, it's going to do well, like Rhyperior, if you happen to see it. Occasionally, you might see one. But it does struggle against dragon types because the waterfall damage is resisted. That is the issue. But it's not terrible. It's just it really needs good alignment. It can't go up against the dragon types. And then we have Zarude. 2 Zarudes have been released, so I don't really have a good one. I have one of my Zarudes is at level 40. I'm not going to build. I mean, this is just better Pokemon, so you don't have to worry too much about it. Marshadow. The Marshadow I got in New York City. Not good. Not good IVs. I'm not going to invest in it. It probably is the best counter user. I know Annihilate exists, but Marshadow probably going to be doing really well in the Master League. Should you use it? But I don't think you'll see a lot of Marshadow. I just don't think it's worth the investment. I feel like it's just better Pokemon you can use the Rare Candy XLs on. And then we have Hisuian Avalugg, more so in the premiere, but still a good one. Landorus Incarnate, not as good. It does not have Sandslayer Storm yet, at least, so not as good as the Therian form. Melmetal was seen probably at the start of the Co-Battle League, and it was good. I actually hit Legend in Season 1 in the Master League with Melmetal. But nowadays, you don't see Melmetal too often. Metagross, I actually like Metagross a lot, even in the Open Master League. Tapu Bulu actually core broke me one time. What was it, team? I know it was Lugia as a safe swap. I had Landorus as well. Was it? I don't remember the other Pokemon. It may have been Dialga. But yeah, I just got totally core broken. And yeah, Bulu swept my team. So if you don't, maybe it deserves to be a little bit higher up, maybe in the B ranking. Yeah. I mean, it's just such. I feel like it can incorporate quite a few teams, and have some pretty good matchups. So I do have enough XLs to build one. So maybe. Rayquaza used to be on the top of the list, but Breaking Swipe was nerfed. It's still not bad. It's just really frail. You really relied on those debuffs, and now that it's 50%, kind of rough there. And then Heatran became relevant ever since it got Magma Storm, right? Still not super dominating, but it's not a bad one. It's okay. It's just, again, like the Dragon type Pokemon, kind of gonna struggle because you're gonna have like Fire type attacks. Not really gonna want to go up against Dragon types. And then we have Gyarados and Goodra. Those are more so in the Master Premier, but you might see them here or there. But we do have better Dragon types. Gyarados is not a Dragon type, but you know what I mean. We're going to move on to the solid team options. So for the first team, it's going to be Landorus with the Origin Dialga and Origin Palkia. You could replace like the Dialga Origin with the regular Dialga if you don't have the Origin one. I think that works fine. I really do like the Origin Palkia. The only issue, maybe not the only issue, but I feel like a lot of trainers are building teams that can triple beat Palkia, or at least double beat it. Like maybe double fairy, maybe one fairy, and then one of something else that does well against it. Just because Palkia is so common, it's almost on every team because it's ranked #1. So that's something to keep in mind when you're using Palkia, but it still really is good. The next team is going to be Palkia with Landorus and Mewtwo. So yeah, I think it's a good team. I think Mewtwo is a good safe swap. I think Landorus is a good safe swap. And then we have another team. We have Ho-Oh with the Lunala Necrozma form. It is Necrozma. It is considered Necrozma. And then Dialga. You could go with the Origin Dialga as well. So looks like a fun team. And then we have double Fairy with Xerneas and Zacian. Could use like Primarina if you want to, or Togekiss, a Charmuser over one of these fairies with Groudon in the lead. So backline not really going to appreciate Steel, although the backline has play against Dialga, but then you have Groudon, which will do well against Steel. I made this mistake last time, and I do apologize. I'm making it again. I have the same team, the Palkia, Mewtwo, Landorus. I put the same team twice. I do apologize for that. But I do think it's the same team. You could go in a different order, maybe if you want to lead Landorus. Or lead Mewtwo. I think leading Mewtwo could work as well. So yeah, again, same team, but I do apologize that it's on the graphic twice. And then the final team is going to be ABA Dragons. So we have Dialga Origin in the lead, and then Origin Palkia in the back, and we also have Ho-Oh as well. So if you pick up a favorable lead, for example, a Kyogre, you're looking pretty good, I think. Obviously Ho-Oh can go in the lead if you want to do Ho-Oh Double Dragon like that. But yeah, these are going to be these teams. I guess we only have 5 teams on this graphic because we've repeated the team twice. But either way, let me know which league you're going to be playing. Will it be the Master League? Will it be the Great League Remix? And I'll see you in the next one. Have a good day. Bye.